more revolutionary warriors. Here's another one for you. Packing on my chalice, got my lighter up for you. This one's for our healing and our dreams come true.
My name is Sherston. Welcome to the Shakti Report. The difference between misinformation and disinformation, because there's a huge difference. And I was actually writing an article recently, and I had used the word disinformation a lot, and the editor was suggesting that I replace it with misinformation. And it did actually work for one replacement, but in the interim, I came to question, are they interchangeable? Are they the same? So they are not the same. Misinformation is a mistake, and that's the easy way to remember the difference. So misinformation, a mistake, would be the New York Times, all the big publications, and scientific journals and all of that kind of thing. They will publish a retraction when they find out that they misinformed their readers. Okay, and that happens because of so many different things, because you're covering it in the heat of the moment, you're getting the information you can, and more information comes later. That people are misinformed at that moment, so misinformation gets passed along. So that is misinformation, and so that'll be little facts, not like the whole story, right? Disinformation is actually on purpose creating a completely different story. And something to be noted here is that always in disinformation there will be facts. There will always be facts. That's how they get away with the disinformation. The key here is they represent the facts around a story narrative. So disinformation is making you believe a different story narrative is happening, but giving you the same facts. And I'll give you a quick example. Syria is a great example. So now we know, because of Pentagon papers and other documents that have been revealed this year, now we know for sure what many of us were saying over a year ago before the election, that there was no civil war in Syria, and that the people elected Assad wanted Assad, and that there were rebels coming in from outside the country to destabilize the country and the Assad regime. Many of us said this. Now that is a known thing. At the time, it was a known thing by the U.S. government, all the informants, they knew it. It was a disinformation campaign, and it's, I think, still trying to be defended in some way, but that's crumbling, thank goodness. So disinformation is when, let's take Syria for example. They report this many people died, all these horrible things happened, this was bombed, that was bombed, because there's a civil war in Syria and there's unrest and the people don't want their dictator, which he wasn't a dictator, he was a democratically elected president, or whatever they call it over there. Yeah, President Assad. And it's it had a great economy. It was very nationalistic, localistic, but thriving economy, all different languages and maybe not so much languages. I meant to say religions and world kind of heritages, and just rich culture, very safe, and they had their problems, but it wasn't anything what it is now. So that is the difference. Now, misinformation would be like getting the number of people that were killed in an attack wrong. That's being misinformed. But this is taking those facts and then giving you the story, the narrative around it, and that's the disinformation. So I want to show you something real quick to just give you an idea of how fast this happens. I usually don't get to catch things like this, so I'm actually kind of really excited. And honestly, all this evidence could be gone soon, so it's even more exciting to get it on the live stream, and thanks for tuning in. So I somehow, in my research, whatever, on the whole pedophilia problems, I came across the fact that Keanu Reeves is living in Italy right now. He actually talking about Hollywood and everything. Now, I went to find this article. First, I searched it. And let me just show you so that this can be interactive and you can see. Oh, okay, so here it is. Now, before, when I searched on the web, whatever I searched made all of the Snopes and all of those things come up first under web. And it said, not true, not true, not true, right? But I couldn't find the article. So then I went to yournewswire.com and I tried to find the article. I searched first Keanu Reeves, something from a long time ago came up, and then I searched the date of the article. That didn't work either. So then I went to YouTube to find if there's anybody who read the article, and I found that the article was read, and I saw the link up here, right? And so I went and typed it in, and as soon as I type it in, it changes and routes me to Elijah Wood's article from a year earlier. And, I'll just show you that. It does that real quick. So I memorized it. Yournewswire.com, and then it was /Keanu-Reeves. So you guys can go try it too. I think it's Hollywood Blood. Yeah. Hollywood-Blood. Right? So that's that. Boom. There we are again. And look. Routed to Elijah Wood claims, blah, blah, blah. And this is May 22nd, 2016. That article was November 19th, 2017. So just a few days ago. So we're going to listen to this Christian dude who I don't know, but I just found because I was looking for somebody reading this article. We're going to listen to him read it because there's no way for me to read it because this is what disinformation does. They delete the article, they reroute the old link, and you don't even know it's happening, so your information disappears. And so this is, I think, one of the most credible people in Hollywood.
But elites use the blood of babies to get high, according to Keanu Reeves, who warns that these people believe the more innocent the child and the more it suffered before it died, the better the high. That is absolutely correct, as per the different chemicals I said. The revelations that are coming out of Hollywood now, I'm telling you, they are just the tip of the iceberg. Keanu Reeves said in Milan, Italy, where he unveiled 3 motorbikes that he designed for a company he co-founded in 2007. Explaining that he is building to a future where he is free from Hollywood's shackles, the John Wick star spoke with revulsion about the place of the child in Hollywood. Children are revered, they are put on pedestals, but they are also tortured, raped, murdered, and consumed in various ways. They are currency. And I'm sad to say this practice seems to be becoming more and more open in those circles in recent years. Keanu Reeves, whose younger sister suffered from leukemia, finds it inconceivable that anyone could be so selfish as to destroy a young person's life for your own personal pleasure. But that is the sort of person running Hollywood, said Reeves, who donated 70% of his earnings from the Matrix trilogy to hospitals treating children with cancer. These people are sociopaths, pure and simple. And just a reminder too, I want to remind you who also runs the quote-unquote Shriners hospitals. Shriners are an order of Freemasonry, the Order of the Mystic Shrine, which is and you have to be a 32-degree Freemason to become a Shriner, and those are the same people who run the Shriners hospitals. Take that for what you will. It's a little disturbing when you actually find out who runs those hospitals. They see it as the ultimate high. They say it gives them life. The more the child suffered, the more fear and hormonal adrenaline it had in its system at the time of death, the stronger the effect on the people who consume that blood. They live for this stuff.
God, that's crazy.
According to Reeves, the number of Hollywood elites who engage in the ritual abuse of children and the practice of drinking their blood is not insignificant. Some of these guys carry around bottles of blood. They call it red wine, but they don't hide it. From what I understand, there is a supply chain that delivers young children on the regular. I've heard them refer to times of famine, times of feast. For a long time, I thought it was a joke, a coded language, and I didn't think it could be what it seemed to be, said Reeves, who explained, but then I got invited to a well-known Mogul's mansion, and he had 2 dead babies in his fridge. The white one and a brown one. I freaked out. I broke this guy's things. I broke his nose. I called the police, and they said I sounded crazy. Despite being one of the most bankable Hollywood stars, Reeves has remained an outsider, often giving away huge amounts of money to charitable causes or those less well off. His best friend, River Phoenix, died young. His wife, Jennifer Sims, delivered a stillborn child in 1999 and died 18 months later. Keanu has seen enough death in his life. He doesn't want to glory in the death of babies or participate in the sick rituals practiced by Hollywood elite. I just hope with all the dirt coming out of Hollywood now, people will start to wake up and realize the extent of what's going on there. People can't be expected to take
Not
in
when
all that
these
at once.
things get blocked
Until then,
and erased
these
from
people
searches.
will keep getting away with it. Keanu remains the only Hollywood star who doesn't own a mansion and has dedicated the last few years to developing Arch, a custom motorbike business he co-founded, stating that he sees his future away from Hollywood and with working with my hands. Sometimes I dream about Hollywood burning to the ground, said Reeves. Well, if this is true, I'm going to say right now that's probably going to be the end of his major film roles. Because if you don't play around with their...
Yeah, probably. So, yeah. So that's that. We are living not just in the Matrix, we are living in the satanic Matrix. Yay! As if it wasn't bad already, right? Seriously, I didn't know about all this pedophilia crap. I mean, I knew that there were like issues and like, crime around it, but I didn't know that this was like at the heart of the issue. Like the people like effing up our whole world were also the baby stealers. It's like, did not know that at all. That was mind shattering. And that's actually why I started speaking out so much a year ago. Like that and a few other things, Syria, were just like, I can't just not say anything because of all the disinformation. That is why I started speaking out, because it's huge disinformation. So, I think that about explains the difference between disinformation and misinformation. Another great example to think about is 9/11. There's a lot of disinformation there. There was a lot of things deleted. There were a lot of people deleted. And I did a video on that. You can search, I think, into the search bar at livestream.com/Shakti Report 9/11. It's a video from months ago called Only the Facts About 9/11. And there's a 3 or 4 part series in there with 3 different major variables of that event. So, Yeah, it's really, you know, that's why independent media has been so important, is because of the disinformation, and that's why the mainstream media has attacked independent media to call them fraudulent, fake news, what else? You know, Russian propaganda, whatever it is, you know, they've got a million different tags to tag on you. But really, when something disappears like this, I mean, we're living in this Orwellian nightmare where really when something disappears like this, we know it's true.
Yeah, it's all love and it's revolutionary times. This is for my soldiers, spitting love, truth rhymes. This is for my native blood, copper tone indigenous. Bless up most high, the great spirit is among us and I feel it right. Blaze up lighters, put them to the sky. Praises be for warriors in transformation. As we listen to our elders for communication. Knowing that we gotta bring it back to love and peace. Northern Gate, Turtle Island to the Middle East. It's all love, it's all beautiful and letting go of drama. Desperate for some justice and questioning the karma. And questioning the methods of creators' bigger plan. There's still so much the humans here may never understand. Let's be humble with it, humble with it. All my relations, we say T-O-S-B-A. It's all love while we screaming out, Hoka, hey!